Back in LA, we're Spanish language version of today's game presented by ESPN Deportes. Use the SAP button on your television as we're set for game one of the 2010 NBA Finals. Joe Crawford, Joe DeRosa, and Derek Stafford, the officiating crew. Lakers and the Celtics. It just sounds right at this time of year. And the crowd on its feet at the Staples Center. They have been fired up from about 30 minutes ago as Boston will begin. You like that expression, feel the love. With the fans in this series, it's feel the hate. Rondo gets the pass and gets the finish on a beautiful feed from Paul Pierce. More hesitant to hand out those double technicals unless it's something really serious. But Joe Crawford's now he's going over to the scores table. And they're giving him double technicals.
Well, I don't know if they deserve the technicals, but that's a heck of a takedown by Artest. I wouldn't have wanted to see him on a high school wrestling mat.
I'll tell you what, we could expect to see that all series long because neither one of these guys are going to give an inch on either end of the floor.
And Mark, you feel that that's the key matchup of the series.
And the reason why you embrace it is because both guys are ultimate competitors and they're going to challenge each other defensively and offensively.
Gasol throws it away. That's another key matchup. Pau Gasol against Kevin Garnett in the 2008 Finals as Pierce continues to ask about the technical. Garnett certainly won that battle against Gasol when the Celtics beat the Lakers in 6 games to win their title.
And Mike, you go back to that double technical. That's how Perkins has gotten in trouble at the point of suspension. It's not been him getting into it with referees. It's been those double technicals.
Rondo reverse layup won't go. Last touch by Allen. Lakers will get it. Now the Lakers have tried to downplay the fact that it's the Celtics here in the NBA Finals as their matchup, but there's no question it would be extra sweet for them the way they lost that disastrous Game 6 when they lost by 37. As Fisher puts up his first jumper. The other guy simply going for his 5th championship ring.
And all this guy does is win. He competes and he wins. He's a battler and he's not afraid of the moment. You're talking about a guy that makes big shots. That's Derek Fisher.
Fisher commits a foul down the other end on a hold on Ray Allen.
And you have a cross match. Fisher guards Ray Allen to save Kobe Bryant's legs from having to chase Allen off baseline screens. And Bryant is going to try to guard Rondo. And I think Bryant's defense is going to have to be very good in this series.
Fisher's on Ray Allen. Good physical defense from Fisher. He might not be as quick as he used to be, but he's certainly smarter and uses his body well. Allen on Kobe Bryant down this end. Quick pocket. Lakers so far in the postseason undefeated at home. They're 8-0. In fact, the last 3 playoff seasons, they're 28-3. Nearly unbeatable, although one of those losses was back in 08, Game 4 against the Celtics, as Fisher has just picked up his 2nd foul. And quickly, Sasha Vujacic jumps off the bench. He was banished for a while, but he's back in the rotation.
It's interesting. Vujacic did not play a major role in their season, but in 2008, he was on the floor to finish a lot of those games because Ariza was just coming back from injury and Bynum was out. So this is not an unusual substitution because they like, as Artest steals it, they like Vujacic on Allen.
Artest has been in the top 10 of the NBA in steals for years. A great defensive player. Perkins fouled on the entry pass. The shot will not count. And Perkins picks up his first. Already it's a physical start. You know, so much talk, Mark, about can the Lakers match the Boston Celtics and their physical nature. The Celtics were a more physical, tougher team back at home.
Was James Posey. That's a spot up 3 that Rasheed Wallace kicked to him. Tony Allen, different player, driver. So instead of making the spot up shot, he drove it into the size of the Lakers and it ends up being a charge.
And Michael Finley will check in. Finley has played very little in terms of minutes. It's in most games. He's only averaging about 6 minutes a game in these playoffs. Former All-Star and champion with the Spurs.
Mike, what that also does, it forces Paul Pierce to be the guy defending Bryant for the Celtics because Michael Finley can't guard him.
By the way, I want to correct myself. Perkins only has 1 foul. It's Ray Allen who has the 2 fouls. Davis backing in against Odom. Shot blocked. Davis gets his shot blocked a lot because he's undersized for that position from a height standpoint. but he's not afraid to get in there, and he draws the foul on Odom.
And again, there's no way he's getting that shot up over Odom's length with the lift he has unless Gasol bails him out. And I didn't see a foul there, but you got to make him shoot over length.
Len Davis, now in his 3rd year in the league, had a great career at LSU, was a 2nd-round pick in the NBA. In Seattle, was traded to Boston in the Ray Allen deal. Slowly worked his way into the rotation. Last year, because of the injury to Garnett, played very well. This year, broke his thumb early, missed a lot of games, was out of the rotation, wasn't playing well, but he's had some really nice playoff games.
It showed me all that I needed to see the last round. When he got the concussion, tried to get up in the midst of it, and then came back.
Paul Pierce commits his first foul as Bryant gets him up in the air. Reminder, log on to NBA.com now for the most extensive playoff coverage and in-depth highlights of tonight's Celtics-Lakers matchup, as well as up-to-date scores, stats, and schedules from the NBA Finals. An interesting year for Kobe Bryant this past season. He broke that right finger back in December, played with it. Had some other injuries as well, the left ankle, and of course the right knee. Missed 9 games, so unusual for him, one of the most durable players in the NBA, and it looked like the knee was not going to be the same. He said that he had real elevation problems towards the tail end of the regular season. There were real concerns in Los Angeles. He had it drained after Game 4 in the first round against Oklahoma City, and he has not looked back since. Just been amazing. 30-plus points in 10 of the last 11.
Looks like his old self on the defensive end. Also offensively, putting the ball on the floor, rhythm jump shots, scoring in bunches.
Bryant and Pierce going at it pretty good, and Kobe Bryant picks up his 2nd. They're calling the individual matchups in terms of ball denial very closely here in the opening period.
You see Bryant just battling, trying to front Paul Pierce. This is a good job by Pierce, not giving up the front position, but fighting. Bryant looking, saying that's not a foul, but you love the way that the star players are competing.
Right, but I thought in that instance, once you've worked Pierce off a good spot, then adjust behind, because you're just too valuable to have on the floor. To me, right there, you've already got him out 12, 13, 14 feet. Just pull back. You see how the game has been called very tightly in post play. And I think post play is the hardest thing to call in the NBA.
Officials will agree with you. There's been 18 personal fouls called in this first quarter.
Did your coach ever put you in the post at Nazareth?
Bill Nelson knew to drop it down to me in the low post. Yes, he did. He's a smart man. And I took him to about 13 wins a year.
Down the other side, goes against Wallace. Good defense from Rasheed Wallace. Farmar looks up at the shot clock. Jordan Farmar inside, backs it in.
That's a good read by Farmar, being defended by Michael Finley on the perimeter. Put the ball on the floor and attack.
Pierce for 3, way short. Celtics have actually been the best shooting three-point team in the playoffs percentage-wise. Shannon Brown drives and lays it in. Poor transition defense for Boston. And a steal.
And a smart play by Jordan Farmar. Rondo wasn't looking, came up with the steal and doing the wise thing, pulling it out for the last shot.
Celtics falling asleep here in that final possession. Shot clock turned off. Odom the drive, sweeping hook won't go. Wallace the rebound. Rondo's got some time, tries to draw a foul. Good job from Farmar. He almost put it in. As Farmar backed off just in the nick of time. And the first quarter is complete here of Game 1 of the 2010 NBA Finals. A matchup of the last 2 champions. Boston winning in 08, best of 7 set. First quarter complete. Lakers by 5.
Welcome back to Los Angeles with Doc Rivers. Anytime a team faces Los Angeles, the first thing they talk about is the length. They had you doubled up rebounding-wise. How do you contend with their size?
Well, we got to control the dribble. You know, I really think the reason they're killing us on the glass is because we're not controlling the ball. We knew that coming into it. They are a long team. The better we stay in front of the ball, the less our bigs have to help.
These were the two best defensive teams in the playoffs. How are you attacking their defense? What do you think?
Well, we got to get stops to get the ball out the court, number one, because that'll get Rondo in transition. I like what we've had. I thought we were rushing a little antsy to start the game.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, Doris, and Rajon Rondo is such a key. Phil Jackson was saying that the #1 key to the series for the Lakers was to curtail Rondo's activity level, which I guess means to stop him.
Well, absolutely. When you take a look at how the Celtics are most effective is when they're pushing the ball off of makes or misses, and Rondo has the ball putting pressure on your defense. Defensively, as Phil Jackson is saying, you got to be disciplined and committed enough to getting back, loading up the paint area, and not allowing Rondo to have his way.
And I like this substitution by Doc Rivers. Michael Finley got blown by twice by smaller guards, Shannon Brown, Jordan Farmar. He's playing Nate Robinson and Rondo together. Now, I would bet that Rondo and Robinson played together for less than 5 minutes in the season.
Farmar, tough shot, won't go. Luke Walton couldn't hold on. Farmar gets it back. He's been a bundle of energy off the bench. Walton, nice pass, and Bynum the finish. Largest early lead for LA. Nate Robinson, by the way, did not play a lot in the playoffs until Game 6 against Orlando in the clinching game, when he had 13 points in the first quarter, erupted off the bench. Wallace banks it in. Playing in his third NBA Finals. 1-1, lost one as a member of the Detroit Pistons.
And I think right now with Luke Walton, Garnett, Pierce, you've got to go at that matchup if you're the Celtics.
Walton on the drive. Pass deflected and stolen. Celtics have led all playoff teams in steals. Pierce spots up for three, way off. Rebound taken by Rondo. Gets inside, draws the foul. He is an incredible rebounder for a guy his size at barely 6'1".
The way you compete on the glass is just by getting after it. Some guys have a knack for the basketball. Some guys just have a knack of pursuing after it.
Rondo had that triple-double earlier on in the playoffs, in which he had an 18-rebound game. He's had a 19-assist game. He has just been spectacular in the playoffs.
Here's how you become a very good rebounder. Just put yourself in position to get after it. Once you sense the basketball, rather than watching, outwork everybody on the floor, and Rondo does that.
Jeff, how do you balance for a point guard? You want him to be aggressive. He's a good offensive rebounder, but at the same time, your guards often have to be the first line of defense in transition. How do you balance that?
That's a very tough call, and I think you have to trust that he knows the game well enough that he's going to make the right play.
Odom just picked up his third foul. He fouled Rondo down the other end, and the offensive charge there gives him number 3. So he's going to have to sit down.
They run a little inverted pick and roll. Paul Pierce switched. Clear charge, very good call. Good defense by Pierce. And this changes Gasol's normal rotation. He plays big minutes anyway, but now he comes in after only a minute or two of breath.
Celtics take a lot of charges. Phil Jackson having fun with his team, told him to give them $50 a piece if they take charges in the finals. Already taken one in this first half.
And when we were with the Knicks, the league came down on us. We did the same thing. We gave out money for charges. They said it was against the pay rules or whatever. But I remember we had a guy named Eric Anderson, and we were doubling the amount the charges were for, how much they paid by each win, and we had won 14 straight games. We're at home against some team, and it's a blowout. This guy dives in front of 2 guys, gets 2 charges, $3,000 he paid.
Robinson gets inside, can't get it, Bynum the rebound.
I have never seen a guy play with such intensity in the last minute of a game.
You'd think the salary would be enough for you to get in front.
And the Lakers are pounding the Celtics on the board.
16-10 right now. A moving screen on Glenn Davis. 6th Boston turnover.
And a lot of times when you see an offensive foul by the big guy in a 1-5 high screen and roll, is as much the point guard's fault as it is the big guy. You want to be patient and allow him to get in position to set the screen before you go off and run it off of the screen.
A lot of different alignments early because of all the foul trouble. Just over 3 minutes gone by here in the second. Shannon Brown. Pass knocked off of Pierce's leg. And we're going to have a timeout. Some good defensive plays here in the first half.
Rasheed Wallace promised that he would show up come playoff time, and he's done it defensively, defending guys, and then on the offensive end, reliable. One of the best jump shooting big men in the game.
The 2010 FIFA World Cup begins ESPN Friday, June 11th. First at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, hosts South Africa, faces Mexico. Then at 2 Eastern, Uruguay takes on France. The World Cup on ESPN Friday, June 11th. It's available on TV, online, and on your phone. The United States will play June 12th against England. Let's listen to Doc Rivers' huddle.
They're killing us on the glass because they're beating us off the dribble, and our bigs are helping all game. We got to control the ball, all right? We need to run, and we can't run without getting stops. Everything right now is a free throw for them or a second shot, all right? We get stops, we can run.
The Celtics have actually taken 6 more free throws, but it doesn't seem that way. There's Bynum, Vujicic, Shannon Brown, Gasol, and Derek Fisher on the floor right now for the Lakers.
I think if you told Doc Rivers, hey, drive by Shannon Brown, if you told Doc Rivers with 8 minutes and change to go in the second quarter, Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen would have 2 points and you'd be down 6, he'd take it.
Meanwhile, Shannon Brown, 6 points off the bench. Nate Robinson. Ray Allen the drive. Nice shot from Allen.
I love some of the stuff that the Celtics run this direction with Ray Allen coming off a pin down on the backside, able to catch, curl, and get into the lane.
Brown lobs it to Gasol. Gasol kicks it back out in a 3-second violation.
This is a well-disguised action. Ray Allen coming off the nice screen by Kendrick Perkins, and that little floater is necessary if you're going to be a really good perimeter scorer in this league. You can't always get all the way to the basket.
They actually like it so much they're running it again, trying to get Ray Allen the same type of look.
Vujicic caught on a screen. Good help though from Bynum. Nice pass inside. Perkins gathers himself and a foul. Vujicic grabbed the jersey. An excellent ball movement from the Celtics. Rondo with his 3rd assist.
It's a good read. I like what the Celtics are doing offensively. Just so patient right now, trusting their sets and forcing the Lakers to defend.
These two guys have become best of friends. A lot of it, even Rondo says, formed in 2008. During the year they won the championship, you had the big 3 and then the other 2 starters. So they kind of bonded, being the question marks that year. Because people didn't know, can the Celtics win a title with Rondo as the point guard, with Perkins as the center? And they became great friends.
And I like this move by Doc Rivers. Puts Tony Allen back in with 3 fouls, not worrying about fouls. You go too deep on the roster, as Nate Robinson is called for a foul in the backcourt, because Michael Finley was blown by. You've got to have enough quickness on the floor to guard Shannon Brown.
And I think if you're Nate Robinson, you feel like you just got robbed of a call, but you have to continue to put pressure on the Lakers as they attempt to bring the ball up the floor.
His first foul, first team foul.
And I really think I'd put Allen on Kobe Bryant with 3 fouls rather than Ray Allen be on him with 2 fouls.
Robinson strips Gasol, and they'll jump it up 5'9" against 7 feet. Good hustle defensively from Nate Robinson.
I'm taking Nate Robinson in this jump.
Are you serious?
I am.
I'm taking him with the energy and effort.
No, I'm
both
taking
ends
him
of the
on this
floor.
jump. He's playing well.
The three-time slam dunk champion can jump as high as anybody in the league. This one's
Easy,
a little
Mike.
bit. Wait, this one's going to be a little difficult. Let me finish.
No, if they get it up high enough, he will get up. Come on, Nate.
Possession to go. You see 5 seconds on the shot clock. Bryant gets the ball and realizes he has to get one off quickly. As good as it gets when he squares his shoulder.
How about some of those shots he hit in Game 6 against Phoenix in the conference finals? That one shot from the right wing, deep in the right wing. It was like this, had the hand in his face as Grant Hill was defending him. It's just absolutely nothing you can do. Alvin Gentry, the coach of the Suns, was saying after that series, was that Kobe or was that Michael? In the comparison with Michael Jordan.
Either way, you're doing pretty well. You got either one of those guys.
I think people, thought I was crazy when I said it a couple of years ago, but at the end of the day, you have to give this guy a lot of credit. There's no knock towards Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was absolutely phenomenal. I think it's a compliment for Kobe Bryant to even be in the discussion.
Doc Rivers was saying that yesterday. He said he now deserves to be in the discussion. He also said now Michael's going to be mad at me for saying that. And now going for his 5th championship ring, and not only putting up the huge numbers, but how efficiently he's doing it. Shot clock at 7. Ray Allen off the screen. How many times have we seen that?
That was brilliant patience by Ray Allen. Came off the initial screen, guarded well by Fisher, reloads, goes back under the basket, and then creates the separation and the basket.
Now Allen chasing Kobe Bryant. Good help defense from Perkins. Knocks it away on the steal. Nate Robinson fires a 3. Midway through the second quarter here of Game 1. Lakers lead by 2. Fisher to Bynum at the finish. Bynum's been a real presence. 7 points, 5 rebounds.
That last possession, those are the shots you have to live with at times with Nate Robinson, a rush 3, capable of making them, but it puts so much pressure on your transition defense.
Ray Allen backs in, high off the glass, won't go. Pierce on Kobe Bryant. Inside pass deflected by Garnett. And again, good hands from the Celtics defense. Garnett's missed his first 3 shots from the field. Tough one there, gets it to go. And the lead for the Lakers is just 2. Phil Jackson will call a timeout. 4:46 remaining in the second. It's a 2-point game right now.
Offensively, Derek Fisher getting into the seams, the on-point pass to Andrew Bynum, and then the big-time finish, keeping it high. And then Doc Rivers says, what a welcome sight. The big ticket has arrived. Fadeaway, post-up, jump shot, a pretty thing. Lakers up 2.
Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Kobe Bryant hoping to hold the NBA championship trophy, the Lawrence O'Brien trophy, for the 5th time. It'll happen if the Lakers win the 2010 finals. Right now they lead by 2 in Game 1 as we're looking back to Los Angeles. And there's so many Hollywood types at the Staples Center today. We've got to do our celebrity shots in installments. A couple of funny men. Chris Rock, David Spade sitting courtside. Will Ferrell also in attendance. Steven Spielberg right next to Mark Jackson here in our broadcast booth. And as always, by one name only.
It's like Pele.
That's a good word to use with the World Cup coming up.
I'm going to tell you this right now. USA is beating England on June 12th.
A bold prediction from the man who knows so much about soccer.
That is a bold prediction.
And it brings the Celtics within 9. As Kobe Bryant leading all scorers right now with 12, and he is with Doris.
Kobe yesterday, Phil Jackson said one of two keys for you guys was Pau Gasol. He had an effective half on both ends. How much of a focus was that, you guys getting him started?
Oh, it's very important. You know, it's important that we get him some good looks, get him easy opportunities, and, you know, he's been doing a great job so far.
You guys also talked about the effectiveness of Boston's offense and their execution. What did you think of how your defense handled that?
We did okay. You know, we blew a couple assignments and a couple possessions where we felt like we could have stretched the game a little bit. So we'll take a look at that ahead.
Kobe, thanks. Mike.
Ours after the break. Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, John Barry, Michaerl will have the T-Mobile halftime report. They'll look at the first two quarters and also get into Kobe's film study. A very interesting piece coming up on the T-Mobile halftime report. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers shoot 52% from the field. A kiss for Tad even at halftime. They also out-rebound the Celtics by 8. The last two NBA champs meeting up here in the 2010 finals. Halftime here of game 1. Lakers by 9. A physical start to game 1 of the 2010 NBA Finals as the Lakers lead the Boston Celtics here at Staples Center. Halftime, it's 50-41. And we look at our Verizon wireless game track. Lakers 53% from the field, plus 8 in the rebounding department, and that led to 10 second chance points to 0 for the Boston Celtics. A terrific half for the Lakers to start these finals here at home. Mike and everyone, with Mark and Jeff. Mike bringing on hand. We'll check in with Doris in just a minute. Not surprising, Lakers come out with a force. They were the more aggressive team, in many ways out hustling the Celtics. And that's something they want to prove that is different from 08, Jeff, that they are a tougher team and a more aggressive team than they were.
And they did, and they attacked the basket. They controlled the paint. They controlled the rebounding game, and they were dominant in that area.
And that's our Windows 7 winning combination.
28 points in the paint. And if you compare it to 08 series, this never happened. Rondo's got to be in and do two things. He's got to help and get back. No help, Bryant all the way to the rim. And then in transition, Perkins in a little bit of a trot, which sets up a domino theory. Perkins, no man's land, makes Garnett close out to Derek Fisher. Poor angle by Garnett, which gives Fisher the middle drive and then the dish to Bynum. That's too easy. 52% field goal percent defense for the Celtics.
Mark coming in like every team that faces the Lakers' length is a concern for the Celtics. That certainly hasn't changed after the first half.
And the good thing about it, if you're Phil Jackson, it wasn't just the bigs, it was everybody. Because of their aggressiveness, they made it tough.
And that's our Coors Light cold hard look.
Talking about battling on the defensive end, keeping a body on the most explosive offensive guy, active hands high, not allowing uncontested layups. Great job of pursuing the basketball. Even when there's a mismatch, you still have an assignment. Contesting on the perimeter and then on the block. Making life tough. Stellar Laker defense.
And let's send it over to Doris Burke.
Well, I might as well just reiterate everything Jeff Van Gundy talked about, because for Doc Rivers, the offensive rebounds they gave up as a result of the driving lanes and their inability to control off the dribble. He said offensively, he said, we've got to simply get...
Think alike.
No, but you're never going to beat length defensively, Celtics or the Lakers, by keeping the ball on one side of the floor. The ball has to get from side to side to be able to spread the defense out and then get it into the paint, because neither team is going to give up an inordinate amount of three-point attempts.
Meanwhile, the Lakers, through much of this postseason, the third quarter has been many times their best quarter, as they start up with a 9-point lead. Fisher to bring the ball up the floor. Fisher had some early foul problems. And a couple of players have 3. Lamar Odom had 3 quick ones off the bench. Ray Allen has it. As Bynum just rolls off. But he drew the foul. So Bynum will go to the line. Bynum had that right knee drained on Monday. Again, he had the slight tear in his meniscus back in Game 6 against Oklahoma City, but he did want to have surgery. It's been swelling on him. He's been wearing the brace. But he missed the 2008 finals because of a knee injury. And last year he wasn't healthy. He did not want to miss it. Now, maybe he could have had surgery right away and been healthy for the finals, but he wanted to be here through the long run. Even though he's not 100%, he's still been effective. And his teammates have respected the way he's played through the pain.
Oh, really has displayed tremendous amount of toughness, not complaining about it, being ready to play, and then battling. And the thing you have at the end of the day, you still have that tremendous size and length that can make life tough for anybody trying to get good looks offensively.
And a foul down the other end. Meanwhile, Perkins' foul against Bynum was his third. Artest picks up his third, so now we have a host of players with 3 personals. Artest just sticks the butt out and sends Ray Allen flying. Fisher all over Ray Allen, draws the foul there. And now Derek Fisher has 3 fouls. Allen did a good job selling that. Fisher always has that look for a guy who's such a smart physical defender.
You see Fisher fighting over screens, trying to keep a body on Ray Allen. That's not contact at all. That's pretty much contact made by Allen. That's outstanding defense by Fisher.
Fisher fouled him early.
The call wasn't early. You can't have your own terms. You know, you missed the early foul, it's not a foul.
Well, maybe it just took him a little while to tweak the whistle.
But getting back to Ron Artest's foul on Ray Allen, because I can tell I'm not going to win this debate with you two guys. Ron Artest has got to be smarter with his foul selection. Those are the type of fouls he cannot take. Understanding his job is to defend Paul Pierce and make life tough for him.
And I think that's where poise comes into it, because it's going to be hotly contested. Who can play hard and smart? Because you have to be able to do both.
Kobe Bryant looking for an opening, fires away, gets it to go. 14 for Bryant.
What we're seeing is a clinic as far as big guys are concerned, setting great screens. They are creating space for their offensive team.
And you see, look how far off Bryant is playing on Rondo when he brings it across the timeline. Perkins wanted the ball. Garnett double. High release. How did he get that? That was a line drive.
But Mike, that strategy of sagging off, it has one negative consequence in that there is no ball pressure on Rondo as Bryant scores again when he's delivering those passes to Ray Allen, so he can put him right on target. I still think it's the right way to play him, but there are some negatives.
Allen drives, tries to draw the foul. Rondo, that fake, gets inside, flips it up, won't go. And Bynum with another rebound, his 6th.
You see Kobe Bryant wanting to stay with the high pick and roll with Andrew Bynum, getting where he wants with this set.
Gasol had a strong first half, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 3 block shots. Shot clock down to 5. Bynum. Nice soft touch for the big man, and the Lakers have their largest lead of the night.
There's an awful lot of contact between Ray Allen and Derek Fisher, and the Celtics have the ball offensively.
Artest has done an excellent job on Pierce. 2 of 5 from the field. Pierce has gotten to the free throw line a bunch. Rondo, left-handed. Oh, nice move from Rondo as Bynum and Perkins exchange some shoves.
And Perkins has got to stay away from that. He cannot retaliate. He cannot be suckered in to a double technical foul.
As we said, one more technical, he would be suspended for the next game. Perkins is not one to walk away much, but is obviously very well aware of his situation. A foul on Ray Allen, he's annoyed. That's 4 on Ray Allen in just 15 minutes of action. They've called it fairly tight out on the perimeter with plays like that.
The coach touched on it earlier. This type of pressure wasn't put on Ray Allen and Paul Pierce in the 08 finals. Bryant was a jump shooter, so all they had to do was keep him in front and look to contest. Now all of a sudden, Bryant has made up his mind that he's going in an attack mode, forces the defense, and you wind up with Ray Allen on the sideline with 4 fouls.
Doc Rivers yelling at Joe Crawford. I think asking him to let him play a little bit. Celtics are a very physical defensive team. It's been hard for them. Shot clock winding down, knocked out of bounds. They say Laker ball, but Joe DeRosa may change the call. Yes, they change it.
But that foul trouble, even though Tony Allen's a very good defender, it really makes it hard for Pierce and Garnett to have enough room, because Rondo's really not a range shooter, Allen not a range shooter, and Perkins not a range shooter. Real difficult to create spacing with this unit on the floor.
Tony Allen's had to play a lot of big minutes with Ray Allen's foul trouble. Garnett inside to Rondo. Rondo, nice touch up and under and draws the foul. He gets up in the air a lot. Sometimes you think he doesn't know where he's going to go, but he makes something out of nothing. And he'll go back to the free throw line. And if you look at the foul difficulties, a host of players with 3. And Ray Allen with the 4th. Rondo to the line. Here's one area that Rondo struggles. He is not a good free throw shooter, has not been. They say that, again, one of the reasons is because his hands are so big. A lot of big guys have that trouble. We talked this story earlier. Jerry Tipton, fine writer from the Lexington Herald, when he covered him in Kentucky, said the fanaticism with the Wildcats is so crazy that a guy called in on a talk show once and recommended hand reduction surgery to improve Rondo's free throw shooting. They are sick about their team down in Lexington.
Whatever happened to just suggesting practicing?
Shoot it underhand.
Yeah, through repetition, attempting to master your craft. Whatever happened to that?
How would you even go with hand? You got to chop off bones?
Garnett picked up his 2nd foul that last one. Shot clock at 6. Bryant on the drive. Blocked from behind by Tony Allen. Gasol, though, picks it up. Allen may have gotten a piece of that one as well. And a 24-second violation. Allen can jump, and he's a very physical defender.
It's a real good job of staying with the play. Bryant thinks he has the angle, contests the shot without fouling. Good help from Kevin Garnett, and Allen sticking with the play is reward.
Ray Allen in foul difficulty. So Tony Allen, no relation, with a lot of minutes. Rondo to Perkins. And Perkins lost it out of bounds. Laker ball. Rondo grimacing a little bit. Remember, he had those muscle spasms in the Orlando series. He was banged up a little bit and landed on his back on that hard play in Game 6. Good defense from Artest. Rondo said he's not 100%, but he said, who is it this time of year? Perkins the drive, blocked for the foul. Bynum's 3rd. Certain guys you bounce off of, it hurts just a little bit more.
Well, that's a hard collision. Rondo takes the shot, and then Artest does a good job finding Bryant. And right there, the touch on that type of shot, Mark, and you know, you lived on that type of teardrop shot. That's very difficult, and very few have the ability to shoot this in-between shot with touch.
Again, he's been efficient, 50% shooting, Kobe Bryant. Artest's defense has been strong as Perkins nails the free throw.
That time defensively, I thought Bynum did a poor job understanding where the help was coming from. Allowed Perkins to get to the baseline instead of sending him towards the help in the middle of the floor.
Fisher, that's a 2-pointer, Derek Fisher. He's 3 for 3 from the field.
And Mark made a good point to me earlier today, Mike. He said if Fisher was a Celtic, he'd have his number retired.
Off the turnover, Kobe Bryant. Time lead of the night.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC. Brought to you by Toyota, moving forward. The G Series, Gatorade has evolved. Get 'em to the Greek from the producer of Knocked Up and Superbad, in theaters tomorrow. And Nike Basketball.
Lakers lead game one by 13 here midway through the third. We talk so much about the star players, but so often the role players, such a huge part. And not many better role players, certainly in LA history, than Derek Fisher, already a four-time champion. Has hit so many big shots in playoff pressure. And he says he's humbled considering where he came from.
You know, just being a kid and having fun and growing up in Little Rock and watching Magic and watching the Lakers play. And, you know, the battles in the finals against the Celtics in those years, and now being in a position where there's some other kid in Little Rock that I have no idea, never met before, that'll be watching me play in the finals. So it's quite humbling.
His 14th year in the league, 35 years old. He's not going to make an all-star team. He's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. But what a great career he's had, and what a great role model he is. Such a class act, a tough guy on the court, but a class act one.
And I totally agree with what Coach said. Because when you look up at the Lakers in the Raptors, those guys are Hall of Famers as Kevin Garnett knocks down the jump shot, and all-time greats. But when you look at Derek Fisher's body of work here as a Laker, he is a true champion and deserves to be up.
No, he does not deserve to be up there with the Lakers. He would deserve to be up there with the Celtics, because if you put him up, then Ori has to go up.
Why?
Because he was every bit as important in his years. And then you have to put Byron Scott up, because he's just as every bit as important. So if he played for the Celtics, I agree he should go up, but not here where it's so selective.
I can't believe it. This guy is working on another championship.
Perkins gets it to go.
Oh, Byron Scott didn't work on championship. And by the way, you can't agree with something that you agreed with. You said it, so you can't agree when you said it to begin with.
No, I often do that because I realize I'm not going to get an amen from you, so I got to do it to myself.
To me, one of the great things about Fisher, last 5 years,
Their toughness was questioned. That was code for Pau Gasol is soft and we can attack him. Not so right now.
Rondo tried to reverse. Fisher the other way. Fisher 1-on-3. And Perkins the rebound. Celtics have just been able to get out on a break. Just 2 fast break points as they trail by 11, under 4 to play here in the third. Garnett. You know, again, if you're not looking at the scoreboard, you think the Lakers up by a lot. It's only a 9-point game.
And you say not so, but I think if you're the Celtics, you still have to have the same mentality. Chip away at his ego, at his belief that he's the second best guy on the floor by going at him on both ends of the floor. This is a long series.
Bryant forces the shot, but draws the foul as we listen to Doc Rivers huddle.
Number one, you got to stay together. Number two, they are working. You make no mistake about that, all right? Everything they're doing is more physical than you are. They're getting to the loose balls. They're fighting harder than you, all right? That's the bottom line.
That doesn't happen very often with the Celtics when they're being outworked. It's happening tonight.
And Mark, to go back to your point about Gasol, I do agree with you that the Celtics should continue to try to physical body up to him, bang him, bump him, and try to knock him off that part of his game. But if you're Pau Gasol, you should just laugh at anybody who tries to bang and bump you right now. You're the best big man in the league, and you should play with that type of confidence.
He's not a physical player, or one of those, as Phil Jackson liked to talk about before the game or before the series, smackdown mentality. That's not who he is. He can just beat you in so many other ways.
Sometimes as a player like that, you have to embrace it and say, I've seen it before. Matter of fact, you beat me with it before, but times have changed.
Rondo sidesteps, nice pass. Allen throws it down. He has to hang on the rim with Fisher below. Oh, great play from Allen. We've seen a couple of superb dunks from Tony Allen. As Rondo with his 8th assist of the night.
It's a good job by Rondo getting into the paint rather than forcing up a shot. Creates a play for Tony Allen, who then takes it over the contested hand of Lamar Odom and puts him in his post.
And that's a Steve Nash type left-handed pass. Very few guys can pass with either hand. Rondo's one of them.
Fisher halfway down before a loose ball foul is called against the Celtics. And they're in the penalty. Paul Pierce is 3rd. Doc Rivers will plead his case with Joe DeRosa.
Tony Allen is looking at referee Derek Stratford saying it's not Kobe Bryant shooting a foul shot, it's Ron Artest, and he is correct.
Nice to see Joe DeRosa back working. Remember, he had the incident in the Eastern Conference Final where he got upset at halftime and threw the ball at the fan. Just got upset with the fan who was coming after him, one of the best refs in the game.
Well, it is great to see him back, an outstanding referee whose history says it was out of character, but I think the right thing was done. A punishment, the penalty was paid, and he's back in the finals where he belongs.
I think he should have been fined $2.50 and not missed a game. I'm not for suspensions of anybody in the playoffs. But here tonight, I was thinking about it. Derek Stafford gave me my first technical. Joey Crawford gave me my first ejection. And Joe DeRosa was just a nice guy.
Nice reunion for you tonight.
Yeah.
Garnett inside to Allen. Oh, blocked by Bryant. Allen ready to throw it down. And Kobe Bryant turns him away. Odom to Bryant. Fisher on the drive. Fisher floats it up. In and out again. 11-point Laker lead. Garnett likes that straightaway. Not even close as Artest grabs the rebound. Ahead to Fisher. Fisher alley-up to Bryant. Kobe Bryant, 12 points here in the 3rd quarter. The lead back to 13.
Sensing the moment. Post a dunk one time. Bryant says, not on my watch. Get it out of here, Mr. Allen. Outstanding job of protecting the rim. And then in transition, Derek Fisher gets the basketball upstairs. Mama, there goes that man. Bryant putting on a clinic.
NBA players care about the community, as this season players from around the league, including Carmelo Anthony, the Nuggets, Kobe Bryant of the Lakers, guys like Chris Paul, Paul Pierce, Dirk Nowitzki brought smiles and a lot of fun to thousands of boys and girls. Events that emphasize the importance of education and being physically active. NBA players making a lasting positive impact on their young fans throughout the season. LeBron James as well as the NBA where caring happens.
I could take Dwayne Wade in that 4 in a row that he was playing with that kid. I'm going to throw it out down right now. Dwayne Wade could not beat me in that.
I got D. Wade.
Come on now. No way.
Pierce and Bryant, you saw the numbers there. You know, those two guys who battled for the same team their whole careers. You don't see that as much as you used to. Bryant in his 14th year, Pierce in his 12th year. They both have had times bumpy rides. Certainly Pierce at some point in his career. His team went through some losing seasons. Kobe Bryant with some of the problems he had with Shaquille O'Neal and the trade request, so it hasn't always been easy, but they've stayed with their teams. They've both been finals MVPs. And this year, both of them went through some injuries where there was some question on whether or not they could help lead their team back to the finals.
When you think about it, in Kobe Bryant's prime, he won 35 games one year, 45 and 42. And it did not look good that it was going to turn around. They drafted Bynum, and they hijacked Pau Gasol, and that's how quickly it can change.
Phil Jackson even wrote that book, talking about how difficult it was for Kobe Bryant to coach. Davis open, way off. Under 2 to play here in the third. A strong third quarter for Bryant. 12 of his 24 in the period.
You think about that play by Rondo. We're used to seeing him take it in and lay it up, but because of the fear of the length of the Lakers, he's forced to kick it out to Glenn Davis for a jump shot.
Ray Allen with his 4 fouls back on the floor. Bryant. Do they call a foul on Davis or Ray Allen? It's the 5th foul on Ray Allen. Doc Rivers very upset with Derek Stafford. Ray Allen was hot as well. The Celtics trying to say it was Davis. Davis saying, hey, it's my foul. Let's take a one for the team. Stafford will have none of it. Well, I think the bump came before, whether or not there was one. Well, if he did ride him, it was very minimal.
I don't think it was Glenn Davis's foul, but it was Glenn Davis's fault. Because he's guarding Lamar Odom at the three-point line. You've got to be sitting in help and entice Kobe Bryant to kick the ball out. If that's a foul on Ray Allen. But that foul could have been prevented by better help position by Glenn Davis. You've got to keep the ball out of the paint right now. Right now, the Celtics are getting beat in transition, on drive, on the board, and in the free throw game. That's not how you're going to win on the road.
See Bryant's numbers overall, but a huge third quarter. Rasheed Wallace, and they call Gasol for a hook. His 2nd foul. Lakers in the penalty.
Which is so right. You take a look at the Celtics in this quarter, shooting 7 of 12, so they've gotten what they wanted offensively. But the key is they're giving up free throws to the Los Angeles Lakers, and Bryant has caught fire.
Well, Wallace will shoot 2. 15-point lead, the largest of the night. Game 2 of the finals Sunday night. An earlier start. Our coverage begins 7:30 Eastern. Tip-off shortly after 8 here at the Staples Center. And the series shifts. Remember, 2-3-2 format in the finals. Boston on Tuesday for Game 3. Tip-off shortly after 9 Eastern. And then Thursday for Game 4. An anti-Celtic chant rings out here at the Staples Center. As we said earlier, these fans, the Celtic fans hate the Lakers. The Laker fans hate the Celtics. Good, healthy, fun rivalry for the fans. Wallace with a little body check. Now, again, Fisher's not a guy you want to foul. They're in the penalty. You're giving him 2 free throws. Not a smart play there.
Well, not smart at all. You understand trying to send a message playing with force, but you have to pick and choose your spots. You're in the penalty, so this is a careless play by Rasheed Wallace. And Derek Fisher, as good as it gets at selling those type of fouls, goes to the line.
I think the league should consider going back to 2-2, 1-1-1 like the other series. With charter flights, I just think it's a better series. Because I think the drama, when you're going city to city and you're not spending 1 week this year like in Boston, I just like it better.
I totally agree. I was in a situation playing the Lakers in 2000 in the finals with Indiana. It is awfully tough to beat a team those middle 3 ball games. You're talking about the 2 best in the world. That's a tough task to do.
It's never happened where the team has won all 3 in the middle in terms of the home team. Pierce fires away.
Why do you guys look at me like I have 2 heads when I come up with something that actually makes sense? And
because
it's factual.
It's called the law of averages. We're not accustomed to it.
What'd you say, the clock? The clock, a broken clock is right, twice a day.
You're good.
That's me.
So Gasol to the free throw line. 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 block shots.
We talked about meeting force with force. Pau Gasol sets a solid screen on Glenn Davis.
And a technical foul has been handed out. Rasheed Wallace. When we talk about suspensions, that's 5 technicals on Rasheed Wallace in the playoffs. He's 1 behind Perkins, and again on the 7th one. You get suspended for a game. And right now you're down 15. You just don't want to give away any free points here. Lakers 21 of 26 from the free throw line.
Now, you can't say enough about Derek Fisher. The first round of the playoffs, Russell Westbrook did an outstanding job of attacking the Lakers and taking advantage of that point guard position. Derek Fisher then faced Aaron Williams, did an outstanding job of competing against arguably the best in the business at the point guard position, and then battled Steve Nash on both ends.
Offensive foul. Laker defense has been terrific tonight.
And the reason this was a charge is great play by Fisher, but he's guarding Tony Allen, who doesn't space the floor. So if that's Ray Allen, that leaves Rondo with a direct line drive to the rim. But because Tony Allen not a range shooter, it changes your spacing.
Second foul on Rondo. Artest hits the jumper. Lakers lead by 20. Largest lead of the night. 12 for Artest. Everybody getting it done here in the third period. Rondo back out to Davis. Wallace puts up a three. That won't go. Rebound tipped. Final seconds of the third. Artest just gets it off in time. And off the mark. Kobe Bryant and the Lakers with another huge third quarter. It's been a big one for them throughout the playoffs. 14 points in the period.
Finding a way to create space as far as the scoreboard says. Bryant putting his team on his back offensively in a variety of ways. Isolations, jump shots, transition, and his teammates love it.
This presentation of the NBA Finals on ABC continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Welcome back to Los Angeles with Bill Jackson. Boston came in executing very well, but your defense has been stellar. Why?
We disrupted a lot of things. I think Kobe disrupted some of their offensive things. I thought our bigs did a good job out there.
One of the other
This is his 9th and 10th free throw of the night. Wallace, meanwhile, has played well. You guys talked about it earlier. His postseason has had some terrific games at both ends of the floor. Struggling tonight, much like his teammates. 19-point Laker lead. Just over a minute gone by here in the fourth. Pierce gets to the basket that time. Just his 4th field goal.
Good read by the Celtics. Pierce being defended by Pau Gasol. Get him the basketball, forget about the set, and get out of his way.
Well, once again, is that a superb and efficient game. Farmar, quick inside to Odom. It was a little different back in 2008. It was game 4 of the finals. Celtics were up 2-1 and were getting pummeled to open up game 4. They were down by 24 in the first half. They had the best comeback in NBA Finals history and won game 4 to go up 3-1.
Right there, Doc Rivers was saying Kobe Bryant carries the ball. The Pierce call was correct, but he is setting the table to try to get Bryant called for the carry as well. Not just this game, but as the series goes forward.
Hey, Robinson getting some minutes with all the foul trouble. Ray Allen has 5, Tony Allen 4. A lot of dribbling. Nice pass inside to Davis, and Davis gets it to go.
Give Nate Robinson credit. There was a time where all of that dribbling would be to get his own look off. That time was patient and made the right play to Glenn Davis.
And the Laker fans trying to get up as the Celtics try and get back into this one. Pierce can't stop Bryant, but the shot doesn't go down. Ball knocked loose, out of bounds. And it's Celtic ball. Still plenty of time remaining.
And we saw in 08, this Celtic team has the ability to get back into ball games and go on runs because they're solid defense. You love Nate Robinson. Comes off 2 pick and rolls, then a third, keeps his dribble alive, and then an on-time pass to Glenn Davis. Just a good job of being patient with the offense.
Robinson. Garnett. That's good. And just like that, it's back to 13. Celtics 4 for 4 from the field to start the fourth. Lakers 0 for 4.
And Nate Robinson, simple, sound, and solid play to get Garnett a wide open 18-footer.
Odom, not a good shot there. And Boston comes back again.
Here's where Pierce, everybody out of my way, and he has to take advantage of Gasol.
Pierce fouled again. So Pierce with a chance to get into the lead, and we'll have a timeout. The Lakers have led by as many as 20 with 8.5 remaining. Boston with free throws down 13.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Finals on
Welcome, everybody. We're here to talk about Grown Ups, our new movie, which is a coming-of-age movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, a lot of NBA players we watched.
We watched them grow up.
Kobe, I remember when Kobe couldn't beat out Eddie Jones for a spot.
And then that summer, he said to himself, I think I'm going to dominate next year.
Kevin Garnett, right from high school.
He was 6'2" when he first started in the NBA.
Yeah.
Right?
He can take it up to another level that like nobody else can.
I'm happy he got a big ring on his finger. He deserved that.
Funny guys love their basketball. Coming of age movie. Speaking of coming of age, both these guys right from high school to the NBA, spectacular careers, and after the NBA, they'll no doubt go to the Hall of Fame. And it is now, and we wish her lots of luck as we send it over to Doris Burke.
Thank you, Mike. One of those guys who loves basketball is Chris Rock. And Chris, I am sure Kobe Bryant loves the reminder that he couldn't beat out Eddie Jones in his rookie year. He's come a little bit of a ways from them.
Yeah, Kobe's playing great. You almost think his contract's up or something.
Talk a little bit about Lakers Celtics. I know you're a long-suffering Knicks fan, along with many New Yorkers, but as this relates, and here comes Phil Jackson. Phil is not happy with us right now at this moment, so I'm going to give you one quick comment on Lakers Celtics as it relates to the finals.
I grew up watching this. Watching Magic Johnson, the greatest basketball player I've ever seen in my life. And so part of me actually roots for the Lakers a little bit.
Gee, you don't have to be a player to get scolded by a coach, Chris. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris. Phil likes to move a little bit up and down the sidelines with the cameraman there. Didn't have as much room as he would prefer.
And I love Chris Rock, but I can't believe he said
wants a full. With a 15-point lead. Again, that third quarter is so huge.
Dwayne Wade, I would drop the game on purpose if he would sign with me.
By the way, Shaq is the Scrabble champ, as we've learned in the past couple of years. Shot clock down to 7. Pitcher can't hit. Garnett.
And the Celtics. I'm
Odom open jumper. I am mad that he didn't get that alley-oop pass.
The shot we're normally used to seeing Kevin Garnett lift and shoot it with confidence. Turning down shots, you will not get a better one.
Under 3 to play. Rondo. Well, the Celtics have been a superb team on the road in these playoffs. They've won 5 times. 2 in Cleveland. Also won games in Orlando. 1 in Miami. But they're facing a team right now that is playing so well at home. So well everywhere. Garnett the rebound. 2.5 remaining. Turnover. That's number 14 for the Celtics.
You know, Mike, as a coach, you make decisions that you're either willing to look great or you're going to be questioned. The Boston Celtics came out here preparing for Game 1 of the Finals on Monday. Game 1 was Thursday. That's not normal. Now, if the Celtics came out with a great deal of energy and passion and stole Game 1, it would look like a great decision. They certainly don't look fresh, and they have not played Celtic basketball tonight.
Gasol falls down. Davis able to grab it and will jump it up. Let's listen to a Phil Jackson huddle.
They're the desperate team now. We got this lead. They got to forge into it. We're in foul penalty situation. So keep them off the line. They're going to hit threes. They're going to go quick. They're going to run at you.
Well, Phil Jackson, the Lakers on the verge of winning Game 1. That is always a bad sign for the opponent. And Jackson's teams win Game 1. And the Lakers go on and win. Bryant trying to shoot over Garnett and draws the foul. Garnett picks up his third. Rasheed Wallace comes back in as Davis will take a seat. Kobe Bryant will add to his terrific totals here tonight.
And we've heard Doc Rivers talk about the need for the Celtics to be able to get out in transition. But the way the Lakers have gotten to the free throw line and the way they've made shots, the chances to get out in transition when you've been dominated free throw line, giving up a high percentage and getting dominated on the board, you have no transition opportunities. So their adjustment on the defensive end is going to help them on the offensive end.
Bryant hits a pair. 14-point lead as we come up on 2 minutes remaining. 1 of 2 for Kobe as Pierce is fouled. As we mentioned, Phil Jackson's team, whether with Chicago or the Lakers, he takes Game 1 47-0. Last year in the finals, they took Game 1 and had a strong showing against Orlando. Game 2, though, they nearly lost. It was an overtime victory. Game 2 will be Sunday night, right back here at the Staples Center. And the coverage begins a little bit earlier for Game 2. Tip-off shortly after 8 Eastern. Our coverage will begin with GMC Sierra NBA Countdown at 7:30 Eastern Sunday for Game 2 before the series shifts to Boston. The way both these teams have played throughout the playoffs, you get the feeling that although the home court is obviously huge, it doesn't mean as much with these two. They've both had huge victories on the road. The Lakers have clinched all 3 of their series on the road in this postseason. As we mentioned, the Celtics have been excellent on the road.
Both proven teams and more than capable of winning in somebody else's building. We expect this series to be a pretty long one.
Artest for 3. 99-84, a 15-point lead with under 2 to go.
I think Ron Artest has been just as impressive offensively as he has been defensively. You don't want to allow Paul Pierce to just relax on defense. He is being aggressive.
Garnett gets that one to go. The Celtics, with only a minute and a half remaining, down by 13. It has been a terrific performance from the Lakers at both ends of the floor.
And I don't think the Celtics can double-team Kobe Bryant in the post. And at the other end, I think they found something good with Pierce in that high pick and roll, creating that shot for Garnett.
poked away by Garnett on the steal. Celtics trying to push. Pierce steps up, and that's a two-pointer. That won't go. Gasol the rebound. And another one for Pau Gasol. 23 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 block shots. And they're getting on their feet at the Staples Center as the Lakers will take game 1 of these 2010 NBA Finals. Gasol the rebound. And Fisher will reset. Talk so much about the Lakers and their exciting offensive players. They are an excellent defensive team. Celtics shooting just 42% from the field as Pierce blocks that one. Only 1 of 10 from downtown. Pierce gets inside, count it, and a foul. Now we'll cut it to 11, but only 26.5 remaining as he goes to the line for one more. Ron Artest picks up his 4th. And Artest certainly did his job at both ends tonight.
But I totally agree with Coach putting him in pick and roll situations because Ron Artest is too good when he's able to keep his body on you as a defender. Strong, athletic, long, quick, active hands is much better when you get him off the body of Paul Pierce.
Artest in his first NBA Finals game. 15 points on the offensive end and an excellent defense at the other end. Kobe Bryant with another great outing. 27 points. Another 30-point outing for Bryant with that 3-pointer. That's 11 of his last 12. And the Celtics lose game 1 on the road here at the Staples Center. And right now, let's go to Doris Burke with Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, you told us yesterday that 2008, it was the Celtics who sort of showed you the blueprint for your championship. And tonight, the aggressiveness of your team spoke volumes. What was your intention as a unit?
You know, we just had to defend, had to do a good job defending the ball, rebounding the ball. And, you know, offense comes and goes.
One of the things Doc Rivers told us yesterday, and Mark Jackson just reiterated it, one of the things that separates you from other great players is your mind, Kobe. You have this serious demeanor even with Chris Rock trying to get your attention. What is your thought processes as you try to win this championship?
Well, nothing else matters. You know, at this point, you know, media attention, the hype around the series is not important at all.
Kobe, thank you. Still serious, Mike.
Absolutely, Doris. Until he wins his 4th game of the series, if that happens. Congratulating Ron Artest, who was a big part of this victory. This 3-pointer put him at the 30-point mark once again. Another strong all-around game. Jerry West said Bryant's playing as well as he ever played. He proved it again tonight. Celtics will now search for answers and adjustments as the Lakers take game 1 here of the NBA Finals. We'll be back after this.